Amanda, you've made this decision twice. You decided to double down and reinvest in 2010, and then you decided to quit this year. So what made you make those decisions?
Well, in 2010, I took a look at the business, and it was, some of it was just timing. When we opened quite a few months late in 2008. And of course, as a lot of the media coverage was, how do you feel about opening a business in the face of a recession, especially like a supplementary service business? And that was very much foundationally focused on local and natural foods, which at the time in 2008 was pretty progressive and not very well known, didn't have a lot of traction yet in the city. In 2010, I took a look at what was happening, and we did a lot of catering. And 30% of my physical space, which was my kitchen, was generating about 85% of my revenues. So from a business perspective, it's not really a sustainable business model when you're looking at your actual real estate of your space. So I knew that we had to make a change, and it was kind of the go big or go home at that point. I think really I loved being a part of the local food movement and sustainability and just working it within the community. And I wasn't quite ready to turn away from that into something else. And I also really loved actually what was happening on 124th Street and loved being a part of that. I was on the board and I was pretty active there. And so I, kind of took a look at how the street was evolving, what I thought would be a great fit, and reinvested, borrowed a whole bunch more money and reinvested into the business. And the restaurant was actually quite successful. Looking back on it now, I definitely made that decision based more from a position of survival rather than conscious, like that's the goal that I had been going towards the whole time. So I think it's important to evolve in your business, but I think it's also important that when you're faced with a decision like that, to really kind of take stock of why you're moving forward. And then in 2011, really it came down to, it had been 4 years of a lot of work, single mom. I have a very active and a teenager who's had some challenges, and part of that has been that I haven't been with him as much as I needed to be. And so that kind of came to the forefront a lot as he started high school in September. And then I started having a lot of major health issues. And so those two combined, and just the stresses of running a business by myself was just, it became a quality of life issue. And, I've always been very stubborn and very independent and always thought that there's nothing I can't do. And, it kind of, at one point, you get a little tired, and I just realized that life is too short. When I started having major health issues that actually were so severe that they scared me, that was when I thought, nothing is worth this.
Right.
So it was just time. It was time to kind of put some stock back into the other part of my life, which had been ignored for a long time.